Your Local 2 Weather Authority forecast with Ryan Martin.
Ryan Martin joining us. Ryan Martin. What's your name? Ryan Martin joining us now for a check of the weather. Cold outside.
A little cold. We got winter weather advisories in effect and more rain chances on the way, so might want to bundle up tonight because it's going to get a little wild out there. Now, we're going to start things off talking on the Doppler radar. No, we are not looking at the health index again. Sorry about that. But the Doppler radar, we are seeing some rain activity down just outside the viewing area. A couple areas still kind of getting skimmed by it. You can see along I-10 heading eastbound. There are some rain activity going on, so be careful if you're traveling in that direction. But here's where we got the winter weather advisories. We got Brewster, Jeff Davis, Presidio, and Reeves County. This is all going to stay in effect until about 9 a.m., so expect some pretty cold conditions for the next couple of hours, and make sure you stay safe out there. Take the precautions. Hour by hour, we're going to be seeing more of this rain activity. Most of it going to be taking place down to the southern portion of the basin, as well as in the Trans-Pecos and in the mountain areas. This is going to continue well into Monday afternoon. The northern central basin areas have a better chance of seeing rain later in the afternoons of Monday, about a 40% chance of seeing it. So hopefully we'll see more precipitation like we saw yesterday. Saw just over a half-inch of rain up in Seminole, and some more rain throughout much of the central basin and some areas throughout the Trans-Pecos and the mountains. So everywhere, just about everywhere, saw some rain activity. So some good news on that front. And right now we're seeing these temperatures in the 40s throughout the central basins, some 30s up to the north. Already seeing those temperatures dropping into the low 30s up in Hobbs, and then we're also seeing these 30s already down in Marfa. A little luckier down in Presidio, though, 47 degrees over there, and we're likely to reach our low temperature from yesterday overnight as well, down into the low 40s throughout the central basin, and more of those low 30s down in Carlsbad and Hobbs and those areas. But expect those temperatures to be a little bit colder tonight down in Marfa and going into the other areas throughout much of the mountains. Now, our almanac, we are, well below average for this time of year, 49 degrees compared to our normal of 60. That'd be pretty nice outside right now, but it's cold out there. We are staying well above average for our lows, so some good news there. It's not nearly as cold as it can be because we're expecting to see 30s this time of year overnight, but that's not been the case the last couple of days, but we still have to be on the lookout for freezing conditions. What to do with freezing conditions? Bring your pets inside, cover up your pipes, and make sure you also cover up your plants too, or bring them inside. Either or, both of those ideas will work. Use a tarp to cover them up. You know what to do. Make sure you stay safe out there. And we are seeing a little bit of a breeze in some areas, only 5-mile-an-hour wind speeds out in Odessa, Midland. Only 3 out in the Guadalupe Mountains, only 7 down in Marfa, but we did see that breeze earlier today. We saw areas peaking in the 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts throughout many areas in the basin, 29 out in the mountains, 30 down in Marfa, 17 down in Presidio, 16 in Alpine, and then we saw 16 just to the east over in Big Spring. Now, temperature-wise tonight, expect it to be some pretty cold conditions out there. Low 30s throughout much of the northern basin, 40s in Big Spring. Then tomorrow could be seeing those temperatures drop back up into the 50s and 60s. And tonight, high 30s throughout Odessa, Midland, staying in the 40s in many other areas. Monahans at 41 degrees. Then tomorrow back up into the 60s and mid-50s throughout much of the central basin. Trans-Pecos going to get a little cold tonight. Not as cold as the other areas, though. Expect temperatures to stay in the 40s for the most part. And then tomorrow, temperatures back up into the 60s as well. And in the mountains, this is where you got to really be careful because we have the winter weather advisory throughout much of the areas here. 32 in Marfa tonight, 32 in Valentine, Fort Davis, 36, 38 in Van Horn, and then tomorrow temperatures back up into the 60s and some possible 50s throughout much of the areas. Now our 7-day forecast, we got more rain on the way tomorrow, a 40% chance of rainfall. Not as much of a chance as we saw the last couple of days, but the chance is still there, so good news on that front. And then we're going to stay in the possible 50s for Tuesday, but then dropping back into the 40s. We have a very strong cold front that's going to make its way into the basin on Wednesday and Thursday, and you can see there a low of 28 degrees, so you want to be on the lookout for that. But then it's going to really start to warm back up. We have a chance of getting back into the 60s on Sunday, so it's still cold.
It seems like chilly and a little bit damp is the theme for the next couple days. And
for the most part, yeah,
we could for the last 2 days.
Maybe some wintry mix out there, so be on the lookout in the mountains.
Honestly, it's been nice to bundle up a little bit. I've enjoyed it.
Absolutely. I finally caved and turned my heat on. I wanted to save money on the electric bill, but it just got too cold.
Gotta do it.
That does it.
You can't live in an igloo, guys.
Room temperature 65. Let's go.
All right, Ryan. Thank you.